Hello, welcome to Return to Self. My name's Alana, and if we haven't met before, then it's lovely to meet you. Today, my guides asked me to talk to all of you about the energy changes that people might be experiencing within their energetic bodies. So you might be feeling symptoms of lethargy, extreme tiredness, irritability, not sleeping particularly well, feeling a bit off, just not yourself basically. And what I'm being told is that this is all about your energy shifting and changing. So as your energy is transmuted, it comes up to the surface of your body, and basically as it comes up to the surface it kind of gets stuck in your aura. Basically it can feel really uncomfortable as that energy is basically coming out of your system. It can sometimes, depending on the magnitude of the shift, it can take a few days to feel better. Other times it can be a few months. Some people are really sensitive to these changes and experience it as an ongoing issue. I'm being told that things that may help in terms of feeling better within yourself, I guess, is to make sure that you spend some time meditating and grounding as you connect into Mother Earth. The energy basically that you send down through your root chakras into Mother Earth can be cleansed and sort of transmuted. Mother Earth will use that to produce sort of like new energy. So basically your toxic energy that you've released becomes sort of basically useful for Mother Earth in that sense. Other things that can be helpful right now might be making sure that you are tuning into your body and trying to work out whether you are sort of overworking yourself at the moment. If you feel like you are doing too much at the moment, overworking yourself, then it might really be time to take a bit of a break. It's always important that we balance the need for rest with the need for action. I also see that some people might be starting to become quite fearful at times. I'm seeing a codependency type issues going on. This can manifest, I guess, in lots of different ways. It can be codependency in terms of relationships and staying in relationships or friendships and things like that perhaps aren't sort of mutually beneficial. But also it can be codependency in terms of feeling like you need to, I don't know, stay in a certain workplace. It's about recognizing when things are working for you and when they're not, and not holding on to past versions of ourselves, basically. So what I'll do from here is pull a couple of cards in relation to this, and we'll see what else we get. Okay. So the first one I get is darkest fears. So I do feel like this is what is coming up in the collective at the moment. Potentially that people are starting to clear some of their darkest fears. I can see something in relation to timelines. So perhaps people are clearing their darkest fears in relation to the current timeline that they're in at the moment. I do see for a lot of people that this is about learning how to come into your sense of power, and for a lot of people you're not feeling comfortable with that. I think that this is a process. It always is. I see a phoenix rising. So I guess that this is a big sort of ongoing kind of process for many of you. It is causing a lot of changes within your body. I'm getting told that there's energy restructuring being done. I see an image of a king with a crown on his head. So for some people it could be about not wanting to own your own sense of power. I do also get the words hatred as well. So for some people it could also be fears around being hated by other people for expressing themselves or for being their true self. I think as you do step into your authenticity, you can cause other people who aren't quite ready to step into theirs to become quite uncomfortable with that new version of you. But know that whatever version you are in at the moment is where you need to be right now, and that it may not be the same version in 3 months' time or 6 months' time and things like that. So the next one is seek the truth. So what I'm starting to feel is that there's obviously a lot of shadow aspects coming up at the moment, maybe shadow energies that people are starting to transmute. And I can see that this is starting to happen because people are more willing to step into their own sense of power now. So whereas before it was not something that you were willing to confront, now it's something that you are more willing to deal with, but that doesn't mean that it's not hard or a struggle for you at times. I do see it's the merging of both your good and your bad. I get the words purity, and I think the reason that you do need to transmute some of this shadow side is to ensure that your frequency is as high as it possibly can be at this moment in time. And this will help you to manifest your goals, your ambitions, and things like that into the future. So while this is a difficult time and you are doing a lot of shadow work and processing kind of work, just know that this is just a part of the process, and that if you give yourself the time and the space to ground, recenter, and to work through things in a, slow but methodical manner, you will change. Basically, things will shift and things will get better. Okay, so the last one here. So actually, before I pull out another card, I'm just getting an image of an echidna right now. So some of you may be feeling rather spiky. So this could be that you are feeling rather, boundary or cut off from other people, potentially because you're scared of getting hurt, or you're scared of boundaries being violated and things like that. So as a means of self-protection, probably because a lot of you are quite sensitive yourselves, you are kind of putting on these spikes in a bid to kind of keep people away from you. Look, I think that is a part of process as you do sort of shift frequencies and things like that, as you learn to come into yourself, and you're still sort of working with all of these changes and learning more about yourself and things like that. So where you're at is completely fine, but just realize that you may be particularly spiky, I guess, at the moment. All right, last one is breathe. Okay. So this is about taking the time to ground and recenter. So they're saying to me that while you are going through the Phoenix transformation, which, like I said, will be a long kind of ongoing process, it is also a part of a karmic process, is what I'm being told. Some of the issues that you have coming up now could be related to issues that you've experienced in past lives, but there's a real need at the moment to breathe, is what I'm being told, to come back into your heart chakra, basically, to really center yourself within your soul, because I feel that centering yourself right now will help prevent you from feeling as frightened as you have been. It will help you to begin to express yourself with a lot more clarity. You'll become a lot clearer in your self-expression. I do see that you'll be making a big sort of step forwards into manifesting whatever the next part of your life is going to be. So I feel like this is a really exciting time for many of you. I might just pull one more card here, just because I'm getting the urge to now. But okay, so the next one I'm getting is clarity of belief. So this is about really recognizing and honoring your own truth. So it's really recognizing your own intuitive feelings. It's validating those feelings, and it's letting go, I'm being told, of other people's opinions and perspectives about you, about your life, about the things that you're doing, about the changes that you're making and things like that. None of that matters. What matters is that what you're doing right now resonates with who you are as a soul, that you're not sort of just in environments where you're playing it safe and things like that. So I feel like things are on the up and up for many of you. I know that it's hard at the moment. We all go through this, unfortunately, especially some of us that are very, very sensitive to energies. So know that my thoughts are with you at the moment. I hope that you're handling it okay. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, things that you'd like to share or anything like that, please leave them down in the comment section. I'm more than happy to help people or to explain concepts further if you do need that. If you do feel like you would like to leave a question or something like that, feel free to, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, thanks for that. Bye.